Hey guys, this is Heather here, and it's the end of the month, and I realized that I kind of put everything off until the end of the month this time, and I don't want that to happen again. So I want to share with you kind of what I learned this month and how I can prevent it from happening again. These are some of the tips that I want to share with you so that you can push forward and succeed faster and not make the same mistakes that I did this month. So my problem was I started at the month at Success Club 4, like within a couple of days. So I got lazy and I wasn't working from a list very well, and I kind of just was scrolling through Facebook a lot, liking posts. I was putting posts up still, but I was analyzing them too much, and I was constantly going back to see who liked them and to see how well they did, how many likes and comments they got, and stuff like that. So I was wasting a ton of time. And now I realize that in order for that to not happen again, I need to stop scrolling Facebook, period. Like, if I want to grow my business, I've got to stop doing those time wasting things. Like, I have to use that time, my time, to be having conversations with people. Um, a lot of times I put it off because sometimes it gets redundant, and these are strangers that you're trying to get to know, and once you're out of your warm market, you're into the cold market, which are a lot of strangers. And so I didn't have the desire really to do a lot of messages, and so I feel like I kept going back to old people, and it just wasn't working until I discovered, I need to be in fitness groups, and I need to be finding people who are interested in fitness. And so that's what I did, and I found, I found some great scripts to use, and I found some ways, some things that I can do to kind of attract coaches and to be fearless with my inviting for the coach opportunity. And because previously I had been focusing on just the health and nutrition aspect of it, because that's where most of the people I was finding were coming from, or people who wanted to just lose weight but had no desire to coach. And what I've discovered just in this last month is it's so much better to spend my time having conversations and forming relationships with people who would eventually be interested in coaching, because I'm building a business, and so I want to find people who want to coach, because I want to mentor coaches, and I want to teach them what I do so that they can have success. And so I need to be looking for more people who might be coaches instead of going to like coworkers who are older ladies, or really super overweight people, or just some girls you can just tell that they're not gonna ever want to be coaches. They just don't have the DNA in them. And or maybe there's some girls you may not even know, but that's why you have to be fearless when you ask about whether they've ever thought about coaching, and because you don't want to be wasting your time on someone who is going to buy the program and never do it and never coach. Because there are people like that who will order the program from you, and then they will ignore all of your messages after, and you have a pretty good idea that they probably did the videos a couple of times and that was it. So, and no matter how hard you try to reach out to them, they won't get back to you. So it's so much better to find people who are interested in fitness and who want to help others, because these are the people who will become your coaches and will make your team stronger. What I also learned is I need to work from a list better. I need to be writing down names. I need to have a list prepared for every single day. That's my problem, is I would make a list and I'd kind of work on that list for a few days, maybe even up to a week when I was being lazy. And the truth is that you have to have new people all the time. Like, you have to have a brand new list like for every single day. So you need to have some follow-ups and some brand new people that you've never talked to, like every day, at least like 10 names, and keep at it, making a new list for each day. And you know what? That's exactly what I did in February. And I had 8 coaches enroll that month. And so that obviously shows the difference, and how to be successful is to use that list and have a new one each day to go from. That's not the same as the day before. And let's see. So a lot of times people will message you back, but you're in the middle of something, so you don't message them back right away, or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, like you're doing a million other things, or you've already sent a bunch of messages and you don't want to talk to the person right now, so you're just going to wait and put it off till the next day. In fact, that's what my coach Scotty does. Like he will just go down the list and send something short to each person, and then the next day he will follow up with them. And so I was doing that for a while this month because I felt like, oh, I'm already at Success Club 4. I don't need to work that hard because it won't be that much harder to get to SC10. But what I found is when I do that, I lose connection with people. So if someone messages me and I can respond back, I need to put that energy in right then and respond back instead of waiting until the next day to respond, because the truth is people don't always check their messages, and you could just lose them, like not hear back from them for 3 or 4 days, and then the conversation is kind of stale by then. Like if you don't hurry and like try to pick up a conversation and actually get into it, where you're in like a banter and back and forth, either in messages or you offer to talk to them on the phone, and you get them on the phone and start talking right away, then you're going to lose the person. So if I get a message and I look at it really quick and it says something about how they're not interested in the program for this, that, or whatever reason, then I will just look at it later. Like that's not a big deal. I can deal with that later, or even the next day. But if it's any other type of message, I need to be more vigilant now, I've realized, in responding right away, or else I'm going to lose touch with that person. I need to continue to build a relationship more quickly. Like in the GoPro Network Marketing book, he talks about how your time between first contact to when they enroll or order your product should be within a week's time frame. And that's my problem, is that I was kind of extending it out to 2 or 3 weeks, and I would just kind of lose connection and lose touch with these people. And so I need to be better about getting right back to them. And because I know I've said in the past, go down your list and wait until the very end to answer people. And what I think I was doing for a while there is I would go down my list, and then when people would respond, I would just like slide their message away and not even look at it until the next day. And then by that point, the person may not be as interested, or they feel like, oh, well, why didn't she respond to me? Or, it's just weird for people if you message them and you don't message them back. So if you have the time right then, it's important to try to message them back, and I need to remember that. And let's see. Another thing that I learned was don't wait until the last week to push hard. I really need to do it the first week. I have my challenge group. This is going to start on the 13th, and so the deadline is the 6th. So I have about a week now that I need to work hard and try to get girls into this group before it starts, so they don't have to start in the middle or at the end of the group. And my problem the last 2 months is that I pushed so hard at the last few days of the month that I was burnt out. And once the first of the month rolled around, I just got so lazy for a few days. And I need to stop doing that. Like, I've got to get out of that, and I need to put more priority on my time so that I am spending time on income building activities where I'm having conversations with people and like really good conversations where I am building a relationship with them. And it's not just like I send a message one day and then get their message back the next day. Like I have to be in it with them back and forth and really build up like a friendship. Because to me, that's the best way that I have found success is when I get into that conversation and really find out a lot about the person and ask a lot of questions about them. That is where I find my success. And so I need to spend way more time doing that instead of, waiting until the last minute, the last week of the month to push and to have those types of conversations. So I hope that what I shared with you today will help you. Um, Let me know if I can answer any questions for you. Thanks, guys.